This video here shows part of a rail scale removal. It is pretty complicated the way how this is working here. Unfortunately, I had a bunch of red tape and I was only allowed to film certain aspects of this job. Looking at my setup, I brought two Hypertherm PowerMax 85 cutters because they run pretty much on any voltage, single phase or three phase. I installed a 5-stage air filtration system with a desiccant dryer. You see, when we started, the desiccant was all blue. Later on, it actually was still blue after we left. The customer luckily provided really clean compressed air to us, but I was prepared for worst case scenario. Clean air and dry air is like the best thing for plasma cutting. And if you wonder why I spent that much money on an air dryer, and I'm such a stickler for dry air, the cutting capacity of the cutters decreases dramatically the more moist the air is. Also, the consumable life decreases dramatically the more moist the air is. I have gone through 3 to 5 nozzles previously in an hour doing other jobs using just regular shop air without any filtration. And at the end of this video, I will tell you, between two cutters cutting for like a day and a half, 1-inch thick material, how much consumables I really needed. Here you see my Sprinter van packed for the road with a bunch of respirators, job boxes, hand tools, a welding machine, 2 plasma cutters on carts, a third one in the job box, and a Lincoln engine drive in the back, so that I would have some 3-phase power if I need to run a plasma cutter off the engine drive. So here you see a cart fully set up with 100-foot extension cord and 100-foot air line. The electricians on site at the customer were kind enough to wire us into a 480 3-phase circuit, 60 amp. We got 2 drop cords so we could run 2 cutters at the same time of their power, so we didn't even have to use the generator. So first things first here, we took an excavator with a breaker hammer, hydraulic breaker, and broke the concrete deck of the old scale in sections that we could take out with a telehandler. And after the entire deck was taken off, then it was cutting, and some more cutting. So as you can see, the deck is finally off. Couple last minute adjustments there, getting some tar that is around the railroad tracks off so we can plasma cut some bolts off. And then we plasma cut the first section, and he is still hanging up on something, so we'll have to come back and recut a little bit. And then finally, after we recut it, the first section comes out. So there was 3 sections, each one of those about 30 foot long and several tons heavy, all 1-inch thick I-beams, 24 inches tall. There the first section is out. And to cut this entire thing up, to fit it into dumpsters, between the 2 machines there was a total of 3 electrodes and 8 nozzles used. Unbelievably efficient once you have dry air. So here you see a glimpse of the new scale. The crane has taken the deck off so it can be installed, and then setting the sections in place.